Imagine this, you're about to step on stage, and your heart is racing, palms sweating, and your mind is flooded with worries. What if I told you that this anxiety, the very thing that feels like your enemy, could actually be your greatest ally? Yes, you heard that right. Anxiety, that nagging feeling we all wish would just disappear, has a hidden upside. It has the potential to drive you to success in ways you never imagined. Stick with me and I'll show you how to turn those nerves into your secret weapon. 1. Understanding anxiety, a double-edged sword. Anxiety is often seen as something negative, a roadblock to our happiness and success. But here's the thing, anxiety is a natural response to stress, and it's something we all experience. In fact, it's hardwired into our brains as a survival mechanism. Back in the day, anxiety was the feeling that helped our ancestors stay alert and survive in the wild. Today, although the threats we face are different, anxiety still serves a purpose. Anxiety, in its simplest form, is your brain's way of keeping you safe. It's the part of you that says, watch out, when something doesn't feel right. But in our modern world, where we aren't constantly running from predators, anxiety can sometimes feel misplaced, causing us stress over things that aren't life-threatening. Yet, the same energy that once helped our ancestors survive can now help us thrive if we know how to harness it. The key to harnessing anxiety lies in understanding it. When you feel anxious, your body is essentially gearing up for a challenge. Your heart rate increases, your senses are heightened, and you're more focused. While this can be overwhelming, it can also be a powerful tool if you learn how to channel it correctly. 2. The science behind anxiety, your brain on overdrive. Let's break down what's happening in your brain. When you experience anxiety, the amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for emotions, goes into overdrive. It sends out signals that put your body on high alert, preparing you for a fight or flight response. This might sound like a bad thing, but think about it. This heightened state of awareness can actually help you perform better in certain situations. When managed properly, anxiety can sharpen your focus, boost your creativity, and even enhance your problem-solving skills. For example, many athletes, performers, and public speakers report that a certain level of anxiety actually improves their performance. It's all about finding the balance. Too much anxiety can be paralyzing, but just the right amount can be incredibly motivating. What's fascinating is that anxiety activates the same areas of the brain that are responsible for motivation and goal setting. The prefrontal cortex, which is involved in decision-making, planning, and controlling behavior, gets a boost when you're anxious. This means that anxiety can actually help you stay focused on your goals and push through challenges. When you learn to recognize and manage this process, you can turn anxiety from a hindrance into an asset. 3. Shifting your mindset from fear to fuel. The first step in turning anxiety into a positive force is changing the way you think about it. Instead of seeing anxiety as something to be feared, try to view it as a source of energy, a kind of mental fuel that can drive you to succeed. This shift in mindset is crucial. Start by acknowledging your anxiety instead of trying to suppress it. When you feel anxious, remind yourself that this is your body's way of preparing you for a challenge. Embrace it. Ask yourself, how can I use this energy to my advantage? By reframing anxiety in this way, you begin to see it not as a barrier, but as a catalyst for growth. 4. Practical strategies to harness anxiety. Now that we've covered the theory, let's get into the practical side of things. Here are some strategies to help you harness your anxiety and turn it into a powerful tool for success. Channel your energy. When you feel anxious, your body is flooded with energy. Instead of letting this energy overwhelm you, channel it into something productive. Physical activity, such as going for a run or doing a quick workout, can help burn off excess energy and reduce feelings of anxiety. Additionally, engaging in a focused task, like writing or solving a problem, can help you direct your anxious energy in a positive way. Think of your anxiety as a current of electricity. If left unchecked, it can cause a short circuit, but if you channel it into the right outlet, it can power something great. This is why activities that require focus and concentration, like creative projects or strategic planning, can be particularly effective for managing anxiety. They allow you to take that raw energy and put it to good use. Be prepared, prepare, prepare. One of the biggest sources of anxiety is the fear of the unknown. You can reduce this fear by being well prepared. Whether it's a big presentation, an exam, or a social event, take the time to prepare thoroughly. When you know you've done everything you can to be ready, your anxiety will have less to latch onto. Preparation isn't just about gathering information, it's also about mentally preparing yourself for what's to come. Visualization techniques, where you imagine yourself successfully navigating a situation, can be incredibly powerful. By visualizing success, you can reduce the fear of failure and build confidence, which in turn reduces anxiety. See mindfulness and breathing techniques. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, can help you manage anxiety in the moment. When you feel anxiety rising, take a few deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This simple practice can help calm your nervous system and bring your anxiety levels down to a manageable level. Breathing exercises work by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the fight or flight response triggered by anxiety. By focusing on your breath, you can slow down your heart rate and reduce the intensity of your anxious feelings. It's a simple yet effective way to regain control in the midst of an anxiety episode. Set realistic goals. Sometimes anxiety is fueled by unrealistic expectations and the pressure to be perfect. Set goals that are challenging yet attainable, and don't be too hard on yourself if things don't go perfectly. Remember, progress is more important than perfection. In fact, perfectionism is one of the biggest triggers for anxiety. It's the belief that you have to do everything flawlessly or not at all. But here's the truth. No one is perfect, and expecting yourself to be is not only unrealistic but also counterproductive. By setting realistic goals and allowing yourself to make mistakes, you can reduce the pressure and keep anxiety at bay. Use anxiety as a signal. Think of anxiety as your brain's way of sending you a message. It's telling you that something needs your attention. Instead of ignoring or fighting it, use it as a signal to evaluate the situation. What is your anxiety trying to tell you? Are there specific areas in your life that need addressing? By listening to your anxiety, you can gain valuable insights and take action where it's needed most. For example, if you're feeling anxious about an upcoming deadline, it might be a sign that you need to start working on the task sooner rather than later. Or, if you're anxious about a relationship, it might be time to have an honest conversation with the other person. In this way, anxiety can be a helpful guide, pointing you towards areas of your life that need attention. 5. Your path to success. The next time you feel anxiety creeping in, remember this: anxiety is not your enemy. It's a powerful force that, when understood and managed correctly, can drive you to succeed in ways you never thought possible. Embrace it, channel it, and watch as your worries transform into your greatest strengths. By changing your mindset, practicing self-care, and using anxiety as a tool rather than a barrier, you can unlock a new level of potential in yourself. So, don't run from anxiety, embrace it, and let it guide you on your path to success.